Good evening, everybody. This is Tolki for my third cast in English. So I'm continuing to cast in English once a week on Fridays. I'm doing my best to improve. I can't really work on my English in between the dailies, so I will try I'd say I'll do my best, to diminish my French accent and to be understandable by English viewers. I hope there are some English viewers in the stream. So as usual, you can ask questions to Zorchill during the daily. You tap Zorchill 2 points, and he will give me the questions. And at the end of the daily, I will read the questions and try to answer them as best as I can. So it's a day 9 style daily for those of you who are not used to seeing me. And we will jump straight into the game. So today will be Stephano versus ToD from the Dailymotion Cup. So I think this was the quarterfinals. I don't really remember, but it was an important game. So I've chosen, of course, to show French players, as I said, because I'm casting in English to help the French scene get some worldwide visibility, as it's not really the case right now, since we're so French-centered. So ToD, for those of you who don't know him, is a really good player from the Millennium team. He is playing Protoss, and he's really, what can I say? He's tall. He's really tall, and he really is a nice guy. He hasn't made much results recently compared to Stephano. Stephano, who is ranked 7, I think, or 6th on the TLPD, so very highly ranked on the TLPD. And Stephano, of course, is a very famous French player. He has won a lot of recent Go for SC2 Cup. Not to say nearly every single one of them. They are both quite high APM player, and Stephano is known really for his aggressive playstyle versus Protoss. He was one of the first Zerg to claim there was no imbalance at all in the ZvP matchup. He said this game was all about skill and nothing was about imbalance. Playing Zerg is quite a bold statement regarding the current state of the game, but nonetheless, he keeps up to his sayings by winning a lot of his matches. He's opening pool Zen Extractor, so not a classical Zen build. When you open gas first, he will get the speed much later than he would with a more normal ZvP opening. But it's not that bothersome. But I think he is doing so. I don't really know, because he is just making a queen quite early, but did not make any Zergling, and with a few Zerglings, with 6 Zerglings, he could have easily run by this single photon cannon without losing too much Zerglings, just 1 to be precise. And maybe this pool first was was made to blind counter the fortress by ToD, but he will arrive quite late, and I'm curious to see how it will pan out. ToD is opening Forge into Cannon, into Nexus, into Gate, so quite a greedy opening coming from a Protoss player. I think Stephano will go for early Roach aggression. He could go for early Roach aggression and explain to me at the Gamers Assembly that he thought the ZvP was all about Zerg pressure all game long, so I really think he will try to apply this as best as he can, and he can hit this photon cannon right before it's finished. So this first photon cannon will have to be cancelled, and the second photon cannon will arrive much later. Those 3 Zerglings are going to make huge damage to ToD's game plan. It will really slow him a lot, losing this pylon, and then cancelling a cannon first will really not be a good thing for ToD. ToD will still manage to break free without too much damage, and Stephano is sleeping quite a lot on his macro. He is above 300 minerals, And ToD on his side has stayed quite calm, even though he was heavily pressured by Stephano's build. Stephano has now 9 Zerglings. 9 Zerglings aren't going to do much if he tries to engage directly, but he's going for the main. ToD is reacting intelligently by walling with his probes and then a zealot, but Stephano is going through, he doesn't care, and he will go directly for the main mineral line. There will be quite a micro battle here with the probes and the zealot, but Stephano he is circling the zealot and killing the zealot without taking any blow. Stephano really doing an awesome job at pressuring the Protoss, while macroing hardcore behind this is already 2 workers ahead, and they are both playing really macro oriented. As of now, neither of them has went for tier 2, and Stephano is doing quite a lot of damage. 3 workers killed. It's really important at this point of the game. Stephano nearly 10 workers ahead. No, 9 workers ahead, and 10 workers ahead for Stephano. So Stephano really being really let's say effective with his few Zerglings. Even though he had to let his macro slip a little bit because of this, he has taken quite a wonderful lead by exerting this high Zergling pressure. The second hatchery at the natural, it's really a classic move by Stephano. I've seen him do this in all his matches. As soon as his second base is saturated on minerals, he puts down second hatchery, so to play on 3 hatchery with 2 bases, and takes a 3rd gas. So it really is Stephano style, highly aggressive Zerg. He's going for bailing right now. He nearly has +1 ground upgrade finished, and he will expand with this single drone. He will expand at this location. I think he will kill the rocks with the next Zerglings, but ToD has went for robotics facility and will be chrono boosting observers, so he won't be taken by surprise by anything Stephano can do for the next minutes. Interestingly enough, Stephano is not rushing for Colossus tech. It would be quite dangerous, but it could be useful as well, because Stephano is going for drops, and with drops he will be able to circumvent these photon cannon defenses, and how to say, ToD will have quite a hard time dealing with it. So let me do just a brief pause to drink some water, and I'll be back in a few seconds. Stephano so is really tearing down the rocks at the gold expansion, and how to say, he has to start researching Overlord speed quite fast. He went for drops, but it seems like he forgot. Oh, I really don't like that. Maybe did he want to build some hydraulics, but he doesn't have an hydraulic, so it's really weird to see this. He's going for speed at last, but how to say, his overlords will take quite a long time to go here from his base. So he should have went overlord speed quite a lot earlier. He's finally taking down those rocks and is putting down spine crawlers. So at this moment, Stephano really is gearing up toward a massive mid game with drops, with upgraded Zerglings, with +2 Zerglings, and with maybe bailing drops, as well as a gold to help further his lead. What is going on in the Protoss on the Protoss side? So ToD is not going for range at the moment. He's just going for pure colossi. He has not taken the 3rd, and he should be gearing up to take one, because it will be really important for him in the next few minutes. Stephano is going for 21 bailings, so really a crazy build by Stephano. 40 baning constructing by Stephano. Stephano will really go for quite a killer push here. He will have +2 banelings dropping on the whole Protoss army. I want to know how much damage they do. 43 damage against light units. It's enough to one-shot probes. I didn't even know that that +2 banelings could one-shot workers. So this baneling drop will really do a lot of damage if he manages to connect with the army, and just one overload managed to connect with the probes. It will be a complete slaughter of the ToD army, but ToD has 2 Colossi, and Colossi really shine versus that kind of low tier Zerg play. And Stephano is going for the drop above the whole army of ToD, which really is quite small compared to Stephano's army. Stephano doing really gigantic damage with his bending, but a perfect force field from ToD made that Stephano couldn't attack the Colossi, and Stephano is now producing 56 Zerglings with 1k minerals in the bag. Stephano going for the run by, and with +2 Zergling really going to make huge damage to the Protoss main base. But the Protoss main base is empty. ToD constructed all his buildings here. Maybe I think he's knowing his teammate quite well and knew he would have to fear those run by, therefore he didn't build anything that could be easily surrounded by the Zerg army. So Stephano will now be heading toward really link heavy, baneling heavy drop play. I'm really looking forward to the continuation of this game, and Stephano on his side will go heavy Colossi and will do a Colossi split. I think he will have to split his Colossi in nearly all the fights, because if the banelings manage to connect on multiple units, it will be really hard for ToD to come back. Stephano's macro is really slipping up right now. He needs extra queens to his extra hatches. He hasn't been injecting that well, so it's something I've really talked a lot with Stephano. He told me that he has troubles with injections, and this is quite a huge problem in his game. Even though he's at the time the best Zerg in Europe without any doubt, he still has huge part where he can improve. So I'm really looking forward to him doing better in the future. Here comes the Colossi, so the Colossi are quite gross versus baneling. Back drops are incoming on the whole Protoss army. The sentries are dying nearly instantly to the banelings, and the whole Zerg army has connected with the Protoss army. A huge really supply exchange between the Protoss player and the Zerg player, and the banelings connecting with the workers. 32 workers kill for Stephano right now. 180 kill for ToD. So really it's really a back and forth game between the two players, but ToD has quite a lot of Colossi, and without his Colossi he will be at the mercy of Stephano's Zerglin, as Stephano is now going for heavy Corruptors and Brood Lords in a short time. I'm pretty sure of this, because he's going for Infestation Pit, and I don't really see him using Infestors right now, as he's that aggressive and doesn't have that much gas, even though he's going for 4 more gas right now. Stephano having quite a big lead because of his income, but his opponent will have +3 ground weapon in a short time, and +3 ground weapon will help his Colossi a lot against ToD army. As of now, let's see the supply. Worker supply quite in favor of Stephano. Income really favoring Stephano, and now both are going to have a huge fight here. Corruptors coming in, sniping one Colossus will die. The banelings will go for the photon cannons and the probes, but Stephano doesn't even have the speed for his banelings. I think he should have won for speed at some point in the game. Now he has nearly 3k minerals. If he is going for this heavy Zerglin play, play. He really needs to have more queens and to be better at injecting. So right now, if Stephano had holy crap, how much Zergling can he make if he has lavas? 2 Zerglings for 100 for 50 minerals makes 4 for 100, 40 for 1000, and yeah, 100 for 2000 and 500 minerals. So Stephano really should be injecting much more. He has another macro hatch right now, and is going for even more banelings. Really a very tense game, but Stephano has managed to secure 5 running bases and will have really a big army against ToD. ToD is pushing out. Stephano doesn't have influences yet. He won't be able to stop this push and doesn't have much army left. His corpses will be useless against this army, and he has to micro, and he doesn't have any overlords nearby. So Stephano is going for counter, but one Colossus with one shot deals a lot of damage to Zerglings. ToD really pushing for Neil for the kill of Stephano, but Stephano has 36 banings and Zerglings and 5 infestors popping. He has to hit perfect fungals as infestor will pop. The fight is coming. The infestor here shoot fungal, and all Zerglings and banelings traps. The goal will likely fall to the Protoss army, but ToD doesn't have any force field left, so Stephano's army taken the long turn, but these characters are really useless right now, and this gold expand will have to fall. The characters will not be given to this army, and much more Zerglings are coming. Even more Zergling, always more Zergling for Stephano, but Zerglings are really chewed through with +3 weapon. Zealots, Zerglings need more carapace to handle this Protoss army. This ball of DPS, as Daimaka stated, too much DPS when he played in the World Championship by GomTV. Stephano is now losing momentum. Really, ToD is on a forward swing and will maybe wipe the whole Zerg army. Perfect force field. Let's say, making the Zerg much more weak in this era. He has to sacrifice one of his numerous macro hatch, and now more and more Zerglings are in the making by Stephano, but intelligently ToD is pulling back and continuing to macro, I hope, because his income is quite good and his money is quite low. So really good good game sense by ToD for the moment. He really is playing an awesome game. Lots of banning exploding on Zealots. Zealots here really doing a short job of all those Zerglings. The infestors here are getting killed by a single Zealot, and ToD and Stephano is losing his 3rd base. Really, Stephano is in the world of hurt right now. He's at 80 supply, but has Broodlord tech and can afford quite a few Broodlord with the gas he has. Interestingly enough, ToD is pulling away, and he should continue to push forward. This is the timing where Stephano can make a comeback with with units such as the Broodlord. A run-by is done by ToD, circling quite a few Stalkers, but the Zealots really are too much for the Zerg army. Stephano in a world of hurt, back on 2 bases, one of which is just down. I really don't know what to say about Stephano. Stephano lost 45 workers in this really well executed +3 attack counter push by ToD, but let's see the spending. Yeah, at the moment Stephano has spent a lot more in his army, in his economy, because Stephano had the goal for quite a long time, and the goal is nearly mined out, so to say. So Stephano will have to re-expand to this field and this field, but he is right now craving for minerals, and as he has a lot of gas, will be going for a heavy Broodlord army. I'm really hoping there's no problem with the stream. Let me check this a few seconds. It seems really perfect, so if you have any questions, ask them to Zortil on the chat, Zortil 2 points, and ask. So ToD will have quite a hard time dealing with these Broodlords, as Broodlings will have +2 weapons, and ToD really doesn't have anything to counter those Broodlords. No blink on his Talker, no Void Waves, not anything to counter this really high Zerg unit. Stephano not doing the best micro with his Broodlord, but he's doing really hips and lips, I think, of damage. Really terrible damage, like Atrasis would say. And with this, he's coming back into the game. ToD can just suffer the Broodling wall right now with the Infestor combo. It really is insanely hard for Protoss to fight such an army. Stephano will make quick work of this expand with +3 Broodling. If you can't kill the Broodling as they pop, it's really too hard. Stephano pinning this army down with fungal growth, another fungal growth here, and ToD is really losing a lot of his army right now. Stephano microing like his life is depending on this. His Broodlords and the 2 Stargates at last are coming down from ToD. ToD really needed Void Ray for quite a long time. These Broodlords are too much for him to handle, especially in the center of this map. I'm really shocked at the complete absence of third taken by Stephano. Stephano is long distance mining right now and really has no mineral left. It's a crazy game right now. Both players are going to be mined out at nearly all their expansions. Stephano still has quite a few mineral loss, but ToD is in a much worse shape. He has only I wanted to say Stephano is in a much worse shape. He hasn't anything left, and this lot is coming to kill the workers, and it could do a shitload, if you excuse my French, of damage. But he already has 1 kill, and Stephano will move his whole Broodlord army to kill this Zealot. I want to see this up close. This Zealot is really going to suffer. I don't know what to say. Poor guy. This Zealot getting slaughtered by 10 Broodlords for a single Zealot. Stephano going for the high-tech Zerg army, more Infestors adding to this already 10 Broodlords. ToD can't do much right now, and I missed a counter by Stephano. Maybe no, he didn't do much damage. Nearly 600 units killed by ToD. Stephano pulling back with his Infestor, quite a weak fungal, only 2 Stalkers touched, and I really don't know what Stephano is doing. He's long distance mining and definitely needs a third. He won't handle this Void Rays only with Infestors, I think. It will be really a really close battle because Zerg upper tier are really very powerful with Infestor support. And Stephano, interestingly enough, has a Banelings parked here and is still not taking a third. So the base trade that occurred, the base suicide that Stephano had to do earlier in the game really is is a huge problem for him. But with his Broodlord, he has been sieging, he has been containing in the center of the map. Really, it's thanks to Xelanga geometry that Stephano did so much damage to ToD. And now ToD has a really big Void Ray army with that much with that big of a Void Ray force. I don't see how Stephano will be able to fight with a 60 food deficit, 60 food, and nearly only in an army. Yeah. 50 in army, 10 workers. So ToD finally is trying to secure his gold for real. This time he will defend if Broodlords come, and I don't know what to say. This game is insane right now. I can't do any pronostics. I really think ToD has the better end of this because he has a high number of Void Ray and is still producing Void Ray. I don't see how Stephano could handle such a high number of Void Ray. They don't have speed anymore. They don't have Flux Vein anymore, but they're still I think the best endgame single unit composition, because with a charge mechanism they can, when they are in huge numbers, deal really a lot of damage to any army, really any army. So let us see. Stephano is long distance mining. The incomes now are really heavily favoring the Protoss. Stephano has mined out all his gas. He's long distance mining from... No, he's not even long distance mining gas. Stephano is just... He's just on minerals right now. And if he manages to win this, maybe I will become... What the... Stephano now going for mass spore crawlers with heavy Broodlord support. He doesn't want to die. He is doing a Protoss style strategy. So it is, if I don't die, I don't lose. He is doing the same logic here. And what? Yeah, it was not Unitas, it was just Spore Crawlers. He's now going for heavy Spore Crawler with a Spore Crawler buff. He will go for a Spore Crawler push. What the fuck am I watching? I don't even know what to say. Stephano going for a Spore Crawler push through the center of the map. He is going to target this gold. This gold is really the problem for Stephano right now. He can't let ToD really get use of this gold. The gold has just really been useful, and Stephano is attacking with 10 Broodlords. The Nexus life is really falling, falling fast, and the Broodlord, the Void Rays of ToD will have to come to help kill this Broodlord army. The huge fight is coming, and the Infestors here have quite a lot of energy. If they manage to take the whole Void Ray ball, they could maybe with Chain Fungals kill them and bring Stephano back into the game. Stephano still not taking his third here. He has mined out the gold. I don't even know what to say. Broodlords are slaughtering the ground army. And I don't see Fungals. Fungals here on nearly all the Void Ray mass. More Fungals will have to come for Stephano to stay in this game. But the Spore Crawlers here are doing really lots of damage. The Broodlords have been healed and they're still alive. The ToD has his whole army Fungal. Really, Stephano using the Fungal growth to his best ability. It looks like storms everywhere, but it's Fungals, and those Fungals are going to kill all the Void Rays. I don't even know what to say. Void Rays still alive. No, Infestor left, I think. One. Oh, holy! Stephano will push his back and is now in really a commanding position with his 8 Broodlords. This is complete nonsense for everybody here saying Zero Glade games suck. I don't know what to say. Zero Glade game is as broken as Protoss late game, and Stephano is coming back into this game through magnificent Chain Fungals on the Void Rays, but the Void Rays have retaken their shield, even though the Spore Crawler push is now heading toward this goal, and they are protecting the Broodlords now. The Void Rays cannot really attack into the Spore Crawlers. One Queen with 200 energy, capable of healing quite a long time, and now the goal is likely gonna fall for ToD. I don't know what to say. I'm just lost in this game. I don't even know how could this happen. But ToD is rebuilding Void Rays. There aren't any Infestors left. There won't be any anti-air left, and Stephano still doesn't have any third base. Whoa, what a game! What a game! ToD going for long distance mining again, and Stephano going for the kill with 5 Void Rays, going to kill as much as he can, but more Queens are coming from the side, and Stephano really microing really well. He was trying to get his Queen in range of the others to transfuse, and Stephano now, ToD now has a charged Void Ray already with 8 kills, and skills onto all drones, I can tell you. Wow, 16 workers. 16 workers for ToD. ToD really lost quite a lot of his workers in the continuous fight. Stephano trying to save his, and Stephano is going for the middle because ToD is attacking at both sides at one. ToD really multitasking quite well, and now going for the main of Stephano. Stephano losing a queen with turn fuse capacity. It will be very hard for Stephano. Stephano has to pull back right now, as Stephano is long distance mining along ToD's forces. It really is the most ridiculous game I've ever seen. Even White Dwarf vs Cielo from the bar wasn't that stupid. I don't know what to say. I've never seen such a game. Another Voidway is coming now, but Stephano is switching to mass queens with sport crawler support, because the sport crawlers aren't shown in the supply, so they can be useful, but not shown here. Healing going on, and I'm gonna drink some water because I can't scream anymore right now. Stephano pulling the most wonderful comeback I have ever seen. When this game will end, I don't know on which side it will end, but I will shout GG like a madman, like the GG button itself. I will have to go crazy. ToD having Colossi now, a few Colossi, but his Void Rays cannot take on the queens headlong, and Stephano is going for this Nexus. He will maybe kill. He will kill the remaining worker for ToD. ToD only has 10 workers left, and the queens are healing themselves. Void Rays are falling one by one. Queens should maybe go to the Spore Crawlers. Broodlords are hitting the whole Protoss army. Colossi are dying in a few seconds, and it's a GG from ToD in the craziest game I've ever seen in my life. Stephano pulling a comeback, being 100 supply behind and taking a fight here at the Xelnaga hole. I don't even know how to say this, near the Xelnaga towers, taking a magnificent fight with 10 infestor chain fungal growthing the Voidways with queens, transfusing the Broodlords, hitting the Ground army. It really was crazy. I don't even know what can be added to this game, so I'm gonna jump straight to your questions. Let's go. ToD would not have I don't understand the question. It's not English, but would whether ToD have went for Blink rather than Void Rays to counter the Broodlords? I think yeah, ToD did a few mistakes. Of course, at this level of play, you usually win by abusing the mistakes of your opponent. Stephano was quite lucky that his opponent had neither Void Rays, neither Blink Stalkers. How to say? ToD had a really good army, but didn't take into account the possibility of Broodlord, even though he had an observer in Stephano's base. He was free, so to say, to Stephano's attack. Had he had Blink or just 2 or 3 Void Rays when the first Broodlords had came, Stephano would have won. But Stephano also did quite a few mistakes, letting his macro slip a lot at the beginning of the game. His push were powerful, but his macro really was lacking behind it, and with 100 Zerglings, his games wouldn't have been the same. So there have been mistakes on both sides, and it's like this that games happen. There are mistakes to be done in every game. So I don't think we can really blame ToD for this. This game was crazy, and he was sure he had won it after he had taken down all the Zerg's bases. And yeah, ToD did a few mistakes. He also stopped pushing when he had killed the whole Zerg army at the normal third base. The 10 o'clock third base. He stopped his push where he could have went much further and killed Stephano right away 20 minutes ago. So ToD did a few mistakes, but we really can't blame him with such a crazy replay. You can find this replay nearly everywhere on the internet, on SC2rep.com, on ESL.com, on the Daily Motion Cup site. So I have an idea. We will open this replay in SC2 Gears, and here it is. I will show you statistics on this match, because I'm waiting for your questions. Let's see the APM. Stephano was around 284 APM throughout a 40-minute long game. Really insane. There had been chats between spectators, but I didn't watch them. And here, not the map view, let us see the spending, the resource spent for the two players. So Stephano was ahead in spent resources all game long rather. It's because he really did a wonderful early game, quite lacking mid game, and then a wonderful late game. This part of the game here is where Stephano had a lot of troubles with his macro, and he let this slip a lot. So it's really interesting to see that Stephano in the end was the one spending the most money, and he won. So it's quite justice in the end. But it really seemed like they were completely OP in the fight in the middle. Let us see what else could be seen. I will go to the questions just after this. Produced army and supply. So yeah, the supplies. Produced. Yeah, I don't really know what this is all about, and I didn't even know, but Stephano is not even in Grandmaster League. This Grandmaster system really sucks so much. So let us see the other questions. Wasn't it better to go for carriers instead of Void Rays? ToD waited for a long time since he started Void Rays to get a critical number. If he had made carriers during this time, yeah, sure. For this, it's really the only time I will say this, but this is not a stupid question to ask. Couldn't he switch into carriers to win? Most of the time, it's a stupid question, because you can't switch a carrier when you went Colossi Tech. But in this particular case, I think yes, carriers would have been quite helpful, because he would have been able to siege the sieging unit of the Zerg, namely the Broodlords, with his carriers. And as he waited so long to make use of his Void Rays, he could have won carriers. The main problem is though that he wasn't prepared for this. He saw the Broodlords. He tried to fight them, he lost the fight, he was really shocked at what happened. He went for double Stargate, said I will go mass Void Ray, this will be far enough to kill all the Broodlords, and after these Broodlords are dead, I will switch to just the killing move to Stephano. Stephano will be dead, he has only 2 bases, and he can't win. This wasn't the case, unfortunately for him. Stephano is not anybody, and he had 10 Broodlords with Healing Queens and Infestors, so maybe the best army composition possible in this game, except mass carriers, mass free carriers, which is not a real composition. So I'm not seeing other questions. I would say, is there anything else interesting in this? The APM won't help. It will be funny to see the APM of Stephano during the fights, to see how Stephano why is it only going to the 30-minute mark? It should go further. Oh, I have to play. What is happening? The SC2 Gears cannot even handle the awesomeness of the game, or it should be real time. So yeah, I'm really amazed, because Stephano had a peak at nearly 1000 APM and was only I'm really saying only at 400 APMs for the other fights. So 400 APM is kind of classic. I expected him to be at nearly 500, not to say 9000. Does fungal growth for the first time in 50 daily? I will have to answer by I don't know. So does fungal growth work against interceptors? I think they do. Interceptors are units like any other unit. You can't select them, but they are units, and a fungal growth should one-shot interceptors. But interceptors will arrive one by one, and they have quite a huge radius. They are how to say. They move very fast, and you can't really fungal them effectively. Even though if he had one for carriers and went, let's say, to the left side, yes, like this in the center of the map, had he went this way with his carriers and the interceptors here, the whole army going here, he would, I think, have won the battle with carriers. Even with fungal growth to one-shoot the interceptors, the ground army could have killed a lot of things, much more than he did. Is it a real good strategy that Stephano used? It's the best endgame strategy possible in this game. You can't, if a Zerg manages to get 10 Broodlords with healing queens, creep, static defenses up to the front, and infestors with full mana, he has the best composition in the game, because Zerg static defense is the best static defense in the game, as it is so specialized. It needs to be effective. So Zerg has the best static defense in the game. Infestors are nearly the best spellcasters in the game. Fungal growth is an unescapable AoE spell. It really is very effective. And Broodlords shoot other units. They create units by themselves. They fly and have a gigantic range. It's the best combination of units possible. I really think this is borderline broken, but as it is so hard for Zerg to reach this, and the ToD player really has to let Zerg reach this army. The ToD player has to be passive at some point in the game for the Zerg player to get this. It is not a balanced problem. To me, the game is perfectly balanced right now. But yeah, it's the best strategy possible without any doubt. So is it a real good strategy? It's the best motherfucking strategy in the world. The spore crawlers going all the way to the goal really was pure genius. So I will shut the stream for the moment. I think I will go eat something. It will take quite a long time. Maybe I will stream some ladder later, and then I'll be back for more French wine. See you later. See you later in 1 week on Friday for another epic French-made replay.